Oh, good Sunday morning. And welcome to Simply Live with SimplyLesa. And today with fuzzy hair. Which is all good. Oh, I didn't get that thing. Well, I couldn't afford it. I'm talking to myself. And nobody's here yet this morning, so everybody might be busy. And if I don't get some people in a reasonable amount of somebody's here. Good morning. Hi, Iris. I wasn't sure if you'd be here. How's the new house, apartment, whatever? Oh, hi! A few people coming on this morning. I need to do some more work on my other videos. I need to like comb my hair. It's fuzzy. Oh well, it feels fuzzy too. It's okay. It's this morning. This is my last day, my last morning of urban camping for a minute. I'm so tired of being in an urban camping situation. I'm gonna be so happy. I'm setting up the I love my Ultra Pod. It's my tripod, okay? And this piece is good. It was Ulanzi to hold my phone, but I don't love the Ulanzi because it's heavy, and it like does this weird thing because it's so heavy. This part moves too much. So then when I get it set up on the dash, which I'm doing, you see my hands. Good morning, TJ Shack. How are you guys doing? I don't know when you come on that way. I don't know if it's Jacob or wow, forgot the other name. Terry, right? No, wrong names. I am so sorry this morning. But good morning, TJ Shack. I'm so glad to have you guys here. Welcome to Simply Live with SimplyLesa, who keeps putting her hand in front of the camera portion of my phone this morning because of what I'm doing. And yeah, I was prepared. I was going to use the phone camera down where it sits when I'm driving. Then I realized you're getting not a very good picture of whatever. Well, this is got to adjust this again. There we go. Let's go about like that, because when I sit back in the seat, and yes, I'm in the tracker yet again this morning, and I have right in front of your face, people. There you go. I have the phone. Let's see if I can lift it up. Oh, it's noisy in here. I have the phone plugged into the Rock Pals. This is the power system. It's a 300-watt Rock Pals. It's not my favorite brand, but thank you to John from Frugal Off-Grid Arizona Homestead or something like that YouTube channel. He gifted me this after the company had gifted him a bunch of solar companies had gifted him things to review. And he asked me to give him a good review on this one. He did a review for his channel. And then he gifted this and the solar panels that go with it to me. I think I've had it about a year. It's not my favorite brand. It works okay. It'll power the phone, my Chromebook, my WeBoost, and my refrigerator. Now, there's a few of those things I can't do all at the same time because there's only one of these plugs. It's 300 watts, which is not really an issue. If it was 500 watts, I might be able to carry with me a little electric pot for making other people feel more comfortable in an urban situation. And urban camping, these do come in very handy. So it is handy, but if I was spending the money myself on one of these, I would buy a different brand. I have some opinions about that, but I'm not shopping for one right now. If you were shopping for one and wanted more information, I would have to like update my information in my mind to talk about them. But I do have a couple of brands I like what I see when other people are using them. But this happens to be a USB-C port, and so I have it plugged my phone. This is the phone cord. And so it's a little faster charging than these two are. And then this one, I don't even know what it's for because I don't have anything that fits that. Might be for an Apple product, but it doesn't work for me. Okay, so Rock Pals just got, I don't have any affiliation with them at all, but I know there are plenty of people in the world. Yes, I have a couple things down there where I'm putting it back where it makes sound. I apologize. Well, that's what happens. There are a lot of people that really love those, and I believe Rock Pals has even made a refrigerator that works really well with their system. May have the wrong company, but I think I'm right on that one. But anyways, whatever. Good morning, Brooke. So, finally, people, the last day of urban camping. I have one night left. One night. Yay. Oh, this has been all kinds of challenging. Look at the fuzzy hair. All kinds of challenging in every part of my, I know. Yeah, Brooke, thank you so much. In every part of my, oh my gosh, I have been really poor in my lifetime. Oh my gosh, I need to be careful because people are mean to me or they lie to me. They tell me they're going to help me and then they don't. Or they tell me they like me and everything's fine. Or they tell me, like, I've had 2 ministers, maybe more in my lifetime, who have said, you ever get in a bind, you come see me. And I got in a bind and I went to see them and they were like, I don't know why you come to see me. Because you told me if I got in a bind to come see you. Oh, okay, well, what do you need? Well, you said, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, I'm not doing that. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's a minister who lies. Why would I go talk to them more or visit their church? I just caught them in a lie. Caught them, whatever. That's a whole other thing. But so it's all those things, just when I'm in an urban camping situation and I'm particularly close, rubbing elbows. I'll show you this. I did not sleep here last night. I came here about 20 minutes ago to have breakfast set up because it's kind of an okay place where nobody will bother me too much. And I didn't want to be at the farmer's market site again. So I'm going to show you. When I'm this close, yeah, I'm at Walmart. When I'm this close to homeless people, I remember the days of being homeless. I remember not having a car. That guy, I watched him this morning being in and out of his car a number of times. There's another pickup truck over here. I'm not upset. I mean, they're out here. Obviously, people in some of these areas, I would show you more, but I'd have to get out of the car and unplug the phone. So I could, but most of you have seen some of these situations in local parking lots already. And like, there are people here in this area. It must be really hard. It's been hard for me to be in the urban camping situation, but, yeah. Oh, Brooke, I know that whole Florida thing. I have a couple other friends who are now on the road and they finally moved away from the Florida area. And some of them are out in like Arizona, Utah, New Mexico, and they're much happier because there's not all that urban weirdness. And yeah, in this particular area, there's these small SUVs with these old broken down trailers. And I mean, like, no doors, the glass is all broken out of them, and they've painted on the back in tow. And they move these trailers from parking lot to parking lot. I don't understand. Um, yes, Iris, not having a vehicle, a whole different level. Absolutely. And there was a time when I was like 2 years, I was homeless in Manhattan, New York City. And I did eventually get into a specific set of 80/20 apartments. And it was part of why I allowed myself to be in that situation for so long. That was hard. But I got such a small amount of disability money in the beginning. And I got my first check in 2005, but I was declared diagnosed as permanently disabled in 2004. So that was a hard, difficult time. Anyway, all that stuff being said, we can move right along, but it seems to be very difficult in this situation for people. And I have run into some Van Dwellen people who don't seem to be okay in I'm trying to be careful how I say this. I'm not trying to be any kind of um, disrespectful to anybody, but they don't seem to be thinking very well. Ran into a woman the other day, and she got out of her car, and her bra wasn't even on. There were body parts sticking out. And she said, "Good morning" to me. And I was like, "Ma'am, you might want to check your top." And she's like, "What?" And I said, "Things are sticking out." And it's like, not, yes, being in those hard situations can change your mental state. But wow. Having to rub elbows with that again and be reminded and re-triggered, or I haven't really had the bad triggering, but I've noticed that I wasn't sleeping quite as good. And one more night to go. I did thank you, Mojave, for the and TJ Shack for the extra money y'all sent me. It was getting hot in the car, and because it was raining, I was having to close the windows so much. So I did go into Walmart, and I did buy the fans in this area are going on sale because they're getting ready to change the Dignity, yeah. So they're getting ready. The fans are discounted because they're getting ready to change the seasonal stuff in the store, right? The Halloween decorations are coming out. So I was able to pick this little rechargeable fan up for $5. So this has helped a lot because it was hard. Hi, Mojave. So this is rechargeable, has an internal battery, rechargeable USB. So real simple for me to charge off of the battery pack. The battery pack also, I didn't show you that, but I can plug it into the car when I'm driving to keep it charged. But I also have the solar panel with me, but in the urban camping situation, I haven't been able to use the solar. Anyways, so yeah, this moves. They didn't have the other styles that would have been easier to like hang up in the car or whatever, but they had this one and it was $5 and it's helpful. So now I have this one in the car. So what else has been going on? I went to a thrift store. Okay, I've had problems with like carrying cords and cables. This is a Clinique old bag. makeup bag or something that was, and it's perfectly round. So, winding up your cords in a circle and putting them in the little bag. Wow, this has been great. So I have this I can easily throw it in my tote bag. All right. I don't know what we're talking about today. I really didn't prepare. I'm just so, my eyes are tired. I am just so excited. I've heard from some of my friends that are coming up for Expo and they're on their way. Some of them will be here tomorrow. I won't feel so alone. And I'm going to be busy next week because I volunteered. Well, I got a hold of Chelsea, who's the volunteer coordinator, and said, I'm in town early and I need to come out where y'all are. Can you use the extra hands? Please tell me you can. I'm going to teach. I'm going to, but I'm going to be busy the rest of Expo, but I'm coming. What day can I come? She said, come Monday. Yes, of course I can use your help. Yay. I hope well, I'll talk to her when I get out there. I'm hoping that some of it will include some physical work because this sitting in the freaking car. Yes, I've been walking around. Yes, some of these parks have got lovely places to walk, and that railroad park, or it used to be called the fairgrounds, and it used to be something else. Anyways, lovely park. I go there often since I've been here. And of course, the library. And I've been spending a lot of time working at the library on all my electronics. So, all my online stuff. So that's a thing. But, oh, I got distracted by a car driving in. Again, more homeless people. Now, I remember when one of the people, she has Texas plates, but I remember when one of the people came to an RTR in a car like that. I can't see the label on it. I don't have my glasses on. Hi, Janet. But I believe she's I believe that's a PT Cruiser. But whether it's a PT or an HR, I don't think it's an HHR, but whatever. Those cars are small inside. And we had this lady at one of the RTRs. She was not healthy at all. Sometimes could not move for weeks at a time. And she was trying to live out of it, and she was struggling. And it was so hard to help her because her mindset was so stuck in apartments and housing that she couldn't adjust the way she thought to allow us to help her. So, sometimes that happens with people. And she ended up sometimes having these sprawled out messes all around her car. And then, of course, not being from Arizona and, the desert areas, she didn't understand about the wind coming up. And then the wind would blow and her stuff would be, headed for New Mexico or whatever. It was really challenging. And she finally took herself off, and I think she ended up in the Kingman area. I'm not completely sure, but I'm kind of thinking it was around the Kingman area where she perhaps bought a lot and perhaps bought a shed to convert it into a house or something. I'm not sure, but I think that's what she did. So I didn't prepare a lot for today. I'd like to pay attention more and try to get some questions answered. So please, if you have questions, the Q's, uppercase Q's, because I notice them faster, not wearing my glasses, whatever. I don't like to wear these that much. And I know they look okay. But, I look at the screen and I see all the what's the word I want? Anyways, I see the glare, and I have to do this. These are bifocals and they don't work well for me. When I do go see an eye doctor again, I am so blessed to be able to tell him that I have MS. So now, can we look at my eyes different than we did before? Maybe glasses would help different, whatever. And I could use a pair of, I need to get them. I need to get a pair of blue filter glasses because I've been having dry eye problems for a long time. Getting better about using some, what is it? No More Tears, or whatever this stuff is to keep your eyes more damp. So I'm getting better at doing that. But if you have questions, so let's see, y'all. Y'all, the other day, let's see, I reviewed the video from last week, and I missed all that stuff y'all were talking about with stoves. I didn't even notice that, or I couldn't see, I don't know. But I didn't notice you were talking about stoves and kitchen things. And then somebody else in an email asked me questions about vehicle maintenance, monthly or schedule, regular vehicle maintenance. Janet, I have heard that from many people. And the inside, like if you're trying to live out of one of those, or even just vacation out of one of those, all the different levels and seat hooks, and wow, it's a whole funky, they're a little hard to maneuver, but whatever, you know. And yeah, they were cute. I test drove one once, but man, I couldn't get the speed up in that thing at all to like get on the highway. I was scared. I was like, I don't know. Have you found an affordable VPN to protect? You know what? No. The quick answer is no, I have not. The other answer is that I am on SafeLink, which is my lifeline program. SafeLink was recently bought out again by Verizon, okay, along with TracFone and Straight Talk. All of those ran off of Verizon towers for years, but they weren't owned by Verizon until sometime recently. Let's say within a year-ish, when the 5G stuff was going on. I can't use a VPN on SafeLink at all. I have tried a number of them that I already knew about. There were some free VPNs. I can't use them on this service. What it does is it shuts off my phone. It disables my entire phone system until I delete them from the phone. So I'm not using a VPN. I would, however, like to be able to at least, I haven't checked the cost, but I would like to kind of get a hold of Xander Insurance and see if I can't get a hold of their, what's it called? The identity protection thing. I don't know how much it costs, but I kind of would really like that, because there are people out there using SimplyLesa from foreign countries to make money, to put out weird sexual crap. And I'm pissed. It's my fault I didn't trademark my brand when I started it in the early 2000s, 1990s, 2000s. It's my fault I didn't trademark the whole thing. But it's still not cool. And I have been hacked before, and luckily my all my stuff is safe. But it's yeah. So I'm sorry, but I really can't speak on the VPNs too much. If you are doing a pay for service, there is Proton VPN that works well in a lot of places. If you can afford and you can manage getting a visible account, that's a low cost, unlimited, runs on Verizon service. That probably is good. My addressing is a problem there. Speaking of my addressing, I still can't figure out. I keep trying to find out what happened when I sent in my passport renewal. Every time I try to check online, it says no information available. I'm like, How come you guys are doing that? So I don't know. I know when I get home, there'll probably be mail for me and I'll have to figure it out. Whatever. That's another subject. So let me see if I can go back and remember. I did send, I think it was Mary that was asking about the stove stuff last Sunday. I don't know what a trademark cost. I need to look it up again. As I recall, an LLC is around $150. That would protect a lot of things from the income earning side. Um, but the trademark thing, I don't know. I thought it was around $100, but that's old information. All right. So I believe Mary was the one asking about the stoves last week. And so I did send an email, I think, to her to try to answer some of those things because some of you all are emailing with me off and on. So I don't use butane because butane canisters are mixed with propane. I have issues with propane, not trying to do that. I kind of wish sometimes that I could. Yeah, if I'm always cooking outside, that's fine. But I'm so used to the sterno and stuff. And let me mention this that I did not answer in an email to her. I forgot that somewhere in the United States, somebody had been, urban camping in a Walmart parking lot and had accidentally, with their camp stove, accidentally started a fire in their own vehicle that engulfed not only their vehicle, but a second vehicle and killed a child. I forgot about that. I did know it happened. I remember the news, but I forgot about it. And so, I'm here maneuvering and I'm hunting for a place. There's signs not in this Walmart, but there's signs at some of the parks and at the library. Do not, it is illegal to use a camp stove that puts out any kind of flame in your vehicle in our parking lots. And it's like, wonder why they're saying that. And then I'd be somewhere trying to make a cup of coffee in the back of the car. And I'd be like, why are people pointing at me and being ugly? And then I was reminded of that thing. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to make people feel bad seeing me in the parking lot, needing to take care of myself, needing to fix a meal, needing to, whatever. And most of my food needs to be cooked. So I had to take a step back, think about this again. Because even though I know my sterno is safe and I know my other alcohol stove I'm safe with, I'm aware that not every person out here is safe with these things. I have a liquid fuel. I have to be careful. If it's not level, I need to, there's things I have to do to make it safe. Now I have a way to put the fire out. I don't have a fire extinguisher yet. I've got one in my wish list, but my alcohol things, you can put them out with either baking soda or water, but you got to be careful with the water thing, because if you pour the water in the wrong way into a liquid alcohol stove, not a sterno, but a liquid alcohol stove, and you don't do it right, you can actually cause the alcohol that's still burning to float on top of the water and spread. So but I've got years of experience with this, so I know what I'm doing. The other thing is as long as you cover it up and get the air out of it, it just goes out. But you got to cover it up right. And you got to be careful what you covered it with, because if it's burnable, you just, asking for problems. So I don't encourage everybody to do the same things I do. I have experience, and a lot of experience with what I'm doing. And yet, I rethought this a little bit. So I'm not doing my favorite thing right now for coffee, but I love iced coffee. Okay. And I found that I can be okay with powdered goat's milk, and Walmart's selling powdered goat's milk. So I went back to making iced coffee in the morning with powdered goat's milk. And so I'm feeling like it's a breakfast because it's a little more maybe caloric dense or something. And I did buy instant coffee to make it with, so that I'm not scaring people so much. Of course, it's hot right now, and so I don't mind the same. And I'll just not worry about it while I'm urban camping. But when I get out where I can have my little stove and use it safely and it won't bother anybody, then I'll go back to that. And then, oh, I did update my Amazon wish list. And kind of going forward, I'm doing better with that. I got some of the stuff put onto some of the links that I use. I was able to put into an automatic description that should follow all my videos as they go out. I need to double check it. I need to add some more stuff to it. These are just common all the time updates. I need to put my post office box back out there because people can send, cards. And I've had a lot of encouragement cards. Just go to my post office box in the past. And so I need to put some of those things out for y'all. I did update my PayPal. Well, I spent a couple hours on the phone with PayPal people, and they did remove the problem from my PayPal account. So I can accept donations through PayPal. I am writing more on my blog. Please comment over there. If you get over there, just say hi or something. And both of those things, because Google AdSense, I set up years ago on my blog, way before I ever had the YouTube channel running. And they just have informed me that I'm starting to make money on the blog again. Well, I never made money on the blog because Google AdSense was messed up, but they're starting to recognize that people are reading my blog. And so that's going to eventually relate into a few more dollars. I'm not getting rich, but a few more dollars. We're really close too to having 5,000 subscribers out here. I'm at 4,900 and something. And that's kind of cool. Okay. Another thing I'm doing food wise because of the cooking thing. There's so many foods. I tend to be, how do I go at this? I'm one of those people that reacts pretty seriously to things like lectins, and nightshades, and gluten, and all those things. So, that's a good way to put that, Iris. So because of that, and to be more respectful of other people. So other people, like shoppers in the parking lot, wherever I am, are not feeling unsafe. And yet I can't eat a sandwich. I can't just go in the store and buy much that I can just eat without doing something to it. If I eat too much lettuce, spinach, stuff like that, I'll have bathroom issues. So, trying to be careful of myself too. And so if things are cooked, so part of the way I'm handling that situation is, okay, not horrible as far as I don't care about calories that much. Okay. I kind of look at them a little bit. I'm human, right? But calories are not the best guide for our health. So I know olives and olive oil is good for us, is really good for us. So I'll buy, these happen to be Pop Top cans from Dollar Tree. So they're not a 99-cent anymore, but Dollar Tree is $1.25 a can. Okay. But I'll eat the whole can. Calories wise, what's that? Little more, 250 or something. But I'll eat a can. That's what I had for breakfast this morning, was iced coffee and a can of olives. Okay, there are a couple other things. Amy's black bean chili. Amy's chilies are all, the brand Amy's chilies, all their chili, but not their beans. As far as I know, I need to double check that, but as far as I know, all their chilies are pressure cooked. So because of that, I can eat the black bean chili. It's the ingredients in the other chilies that I can't eat because there's soy products and I forgot what else, right? But the black bean chili, I know that it's pressure cooked and I know I can eat that one. So I will eat that, and sometimes I will just pop the top and eat it straight out of the can without heating it up. Now, if I'm out where I can, I love to like heat it up. And there are some days when I want to put like ground turkey in it and, have it be meaty and stuff like that. But I've been doing that. I've been just eating the chili out of the can. I will go to the park where there are barbecue grills, for charcoal barbecue grills, like near the picnic tables. And I will cook in a place like that with my stoves. And because of other people, I will move them away from my cars so that the people in the parking lots can feel safe. And I will take my stove and everything over to a picnic table near a charcoal grill situation. And I will then prepare whatever I want to cook. While I'm in town, I'm missing my flax bread that I cook often, which is just flax seeds and water and seasonings. But I have been, it's way more expensive, but I'll buy the Siete taco shells. I'll crunch them up into smaller pieces. I'll eat those, drag them through mild, very few ingredient guacamole, or if I can afford the actual avocados. I prefer the avocados over the guacamole, but guacamole is better than not having something. So I'll drag them through that, or I'll get a small pack for $2 at Walmart, a small pack of the goat cheese that's soft, and I can use it as if it was like cream cheese. That's another thing I can do with either Siete taco shells, because most of the ingredients are okay in those. Or if I can get to Dollar Tree, which I have, the other day I was able to, and they had them, I will use plantain chips. I think it's Sim. Yeah, I can't remember the name. The brand name is Samoy or something. Anyways, you can even look these things up on Dollar Tree's website, because Dollar Tree will allow you to purchase a case. You can't just get one, but you can buy a case of something and have that case shipped to you at the store. So you have to check how long it's going to take. And so I would like to, in the future, be able to buy a case of the Azul coconut milk. I think it's either 12 or 15 cans. And the I like that, TJ. I totally like that. I haven't done it yet because I haven't been eating the chili that long. But I already had figured out that another time in camp, I can't wait to use the taco shells, like with chili and ground turkey and the I'm squeezing it, right, the soft goat's milk cheese, to like have a really nice dinner with some friends, right? And I could turn it into like a nacho thing or whatever. That would be really good. Let's see. I was trying to remember what else I'm doing, but I'm trying to do my best. If I knew that, if I was more, okay, not like dealing with too much, I would probably, and had to do this urban camping more, I would probably, not on the weekend, because that's when all the families are using the park, right? I would go early in the week when not many people are at the park, spend a couple of hours, make a whole lot of my flax breads and tortilla things that I make, right? And just keep them in the refrigerator. But of course, I'm having that other problem of not being able to charge my solar panels urban camping. So I'm not even using the fridge right now. It's okay. I'll use it again. And after I get these solar panels that I told you about before, the Cascade brand of solar setup, that will allow me to use that all the time. But right now, I'm just going to have to be careful. And So let's see. I can't remember. Was there more questions? I'm pushing the button so I can see. Live chats. Amy Chillo, goat cheese for chili tacos. Yeah, I am so looking forward to some of that, TJ Shack. Um, yeah, what was this up here? Oh yeah. Okay, so I've seen all the comments. I'm paying attention to them better today. We might not be on as long. Oh, today's thing, because it's my last day here and I'm going out to the event site tomorrow. Today, I after we're done and I whatever, uh, I'm going to wash the car, and I did buy glass cleaner. I could use vinegar, but I'm using glass cleaner and paper towels. Get over it. Anybody that's having a problem with that, I don't know. There's no reason to have a problem over that, I don't think. But I need to wash the inside of my windows as well as the outside of my windows. And I'm going to go. I've seen 2 good car washes, but I think I'm going to go to the one over by the Sam's Club because they've got a lot of really good vacuums, and it seems like the way people are using them, they're good. So I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to have to vacuum even this carpet because the dust falls down from the sand from all the driving around. So I'm going to get a good clean in. That's kind of in preparation for showing the car off. And of course, then I can spend some time. I've got some spray wax and some cloths to kind of wax at the car so it gets a little shinier. Yes, it would be great if I had the Line-X paint job, because then you just hose it off and it looks good no matter what you do. But that's down the road. That's another expense that I just have to plan for. And I'm not there yet. I did put a post out. Yes, I have gotten back on Facebook, but not as my public SimplyLesa. I got on as my private me. And I'm not really wanting to be friends with the whole world on Facebook. But I got on because of Overland Expo, and I got on because of a couple other product things that I can't get into them any other way. People have changed the way they're doing some stuff, and so for some things I need to be out there. So if I haven't friended you for some reason over there, don't be upset with me. I'm not doing a lot over there. And I also have an Instagram account, which I don't know how to make. Evidently, you can make money on both of those things. I don't know how yet. I haven't worked with it that much. So washing the car today, doing all of that. Why am I talking about Facebook? Because I put a post out on one of the Suzuki geo-tracker sites that I'm on over there, groups that I'm on over there, to ask some of them how they're putting cargo baskets on the top, how they're, because it does look very overlander, but I don't want to run the risk of, if it gets attached to this fiberglass top and then the wind catches it just right and it could rip the top off or something. Maybe I'm being, maybe I'm not thinking clearly on that. So I put the question out with a little backstory. So I'm hoping to get a little advice from these people. It's possible. I told you all about the aluminum hitch haul basket that I'm aware is available in the world. And I also got thinking about the fact that my kitchen stuff bothers me a little bit. And yes, some of these things I told you I'm going to have to do in stages. 1, because of income. 2, because of income. 3, because of, it's a hassle and I want to be out here already. So I remembered, though, that I've got a vintage, which means old. But in this case, it is like from the, I can't remember if it's from the 60s or 70s, pre-Sears, okay? Higgins aluminum cooler at the house. And it's not in perfect condition. So it's not like worth a lot. It had a dent. I pounded the dent out of it. But I probably got it for like $2 at a thrift store once because I knew it was aluminum and it would be, useful. The rats, the mice won't get in it, stuff like that. So I thought I could store stuff in it, was why I got it. And then I replaced the weather stripping and whatnot. That aluminum cooler could be, I could design a kitchen in that cooler, out of that cooler. So I'm good, but if I use that, it would have to go on, it would have to be carried outside the vehicle somehow. And so the best bet would probably be either the hitch haul, like hitch basket, I should say hitch basket, because hitch haul's a brand name. But anyways, the hitch basket or something. And I think the hitch basket makes more sense, but I got a buddy in Pennsylvania, Jason. And I don't know if Jason and Melinda are on here or come on here very often, but they're on Instagram. But anyways, we've camped together before. And Jason had said that at his home base, he had an old bicycle rack that went into a receiver hitch and had the hinge on it. And we were kind of talking ideas about what I might want. So if I knew in the next month, if I knew for sure what I wanted, he might be able to bring part of those parts closer to me. And he welds and stuff. But if we were near enough to somewhere where we could borrow tools from a buddy or whatever, he might be able to make me something that would work. He had an idea. It's a good one. I'm just not quite sure. Plus, I have the tire on the back, so trying to make it look good. And I'm not horribly challenged by like where my lawn chair is right now is on top of the refrigerator. And I got one of those really, $1.50 pieces of rubberized shelf liner. Has the holes in it. You guys know what I'm talking about, but I can't get my hand on it right now. But anyways, I got a piece of that. One piece I use between the two camp mats I'm using to make my bed so they don't slide. And the other one I'm using so that the lawn chair doesn't slide off my refrigerator. So right now, that's what I'm doing. It's not a horrible idea. But trying to make this a little more useful and, whatever. I'm going to go ahead at some point. I think it's on my wish list, TJ, in case you're thinking that. I'm going to go ahead and get this water container I found because it's short, like squatty, short, longish, and has a really big hole for filling it so that I could get inside to clean it out. And it's bluish clear enough that yes, it could grow bacteria, but I could see in it. And for me, I like to be able to see the levels more than I'm worried about bacteria growing in it. I don't mind cleaning them out. I know what to do. But when my seats are folded all the way back, I only have 9 inches high. And then when I scoot them, so when I change the seat from being in bed mode to then being in travel or upright mode, then it's a narrow space back there. And so I think that the best use of that space, perhaps on both sides of the car, is for that squatty water jug. And they're 2.5 gallons, which is reasonable. In some of my other vehicles, like the minivan and stuff, I had tall water jugs because that shape was a better use of space in those vehicles. In this vehicle, got a whole different problem. I can't have the tall skinny. I don't have any place to put it. And I've got a refrigerator, which I didn't have before. So you get the idea. So I'm really considering. I had found these. Yes, I'm reaching for it. I had found these 3-liter short bottles. And they kind of work, but they're almost an inch too tall. So I can put them under the back of the seat, but it doesn't work really good. So I ended up they're pushing on my upholstery, and so the next day I've got a divot in the upholstery. So I don't want to do that. So I've put these back up front in the footwell underneath the front, under the dash in the car. And so I have a couple of these right now, and so they're only 3 liters. So of course I'm looking for a way to have more water with me, during a regular, oops, here I come, to have more water with me on a regular traveling situation. And 2.5 gallons, that's 5, that's 5 gallons. So that would be nice. So I'm thinking about that. The jugs I picked out, I think they're on my wish list. They're about $23. Some of these things are good. They're good buys if you continually use them. They're not worth it if you can't afford them, and they're not worth it if they don't fit your space, and they're not worth it if you can't get the water out of them to actually make your meal or whatever you got to do. So you got to deal with that. All right, let's see what else. Stoves. I kind of told Mary a lot depends on the size of your vehicle, what kind of camping you're doing. And of course, with me being the kind of person that I consider this my home and the cabin my home base, right? I don't want to be there that much, to be honest. I really don't. But I need to be able to maneuver lots of different situations when I'm in the vehicle. And so for me, having different ways to do things is really helpful. That's why I mentioned with the battery pack, if I had a 500 watt, I could have something like those little mini grills. They make one now that's, I saw it on Amazon. They make one that's a mini, let's see, it's a mini griddle thing, but it has like camping pots that go on it. And so there's one that's a fry pan that's nonstick, and one that's a pot, and and there's a lid. And I don't know, the thing's probably $30 or something like that. And it folds up as small as possible with this like electronic burner thing, right? And so that's something that could be useful. I don't want that particular one because I actually have MS. I'm being really careful. I can use anodized aluminum because it doesn't react like regular aluminum, but I'm trying to stay away from aluminum and now cast iron. And that's because I was told I already have plenty of iron in my system. So why do that to myself? I really like titanium, but titanium, as far as being a fry pan, if you wanted to like make a pancake, something like that, they stick. They get hot spots because they heat up so hot. Wherever the heat is, that spot's going to be really hot, and around it's cooler. So so the titanium with a ceramic coating is supposed to be really good. I've never had one of those, but so I'm trying to be careful, and I've always made my own kits, and I'm wondering if I should just switch to a Trangia, but I don't know the answer there. But I'm trying to stay away from the aluminum, anodized aluminum being okay. And really like the titanium. It's so light. Good Lord. I mean, I don't remember how much this little pot weighs, but I think I paid $25. Yes, I've had it on a fire. Because you can put it on a fire and you can use it on your burners. But again, they heat up really easily and then they cool down pretty quick. So there's a whole thing. But this one's a liter. I forgot. That's 12 ounces, so it must be 24 ounces. I think it's a liter pot. And it's about 4.5 inches across. So it fits on the little thing I have as a stove right now. And it came with a little fry pan that goes over the top. Well, the little fry pan's been hard not hard to use, but you end up using a lot of oil if you're trying to make things not stick. And you've got to let the oil get hot enough to smoke before stuff won't stick to it. So I'm not eating as much meat and stuff anymore. So, but I do whatever. So, and this it weighs nothing. I mean, I don't know the weight, but like you can have a whole set of dishes in titanium and they weigh like 6 ounces, which that's not even half a pound. Oh yeah, maybe it is half a pound. Get things up. But I really like that, and I don't react to it at all. I've had, not this one, this is the second one, which was a gift. Sea to Summit long handle spoons will reach way down in a bag or in a big mason jar. It'll get way down in the bottom. My other one's scratched up, but I don't react to these. And I used to, before we changed all the filling in my teeth when I lived in New York City, I would put a regular spoon in my mouth and you could hear radio stations play. I really react to metal. So, I'm one of those people. Where did I come from? Who knows? But the titanium has never bothered me. And my other spoon like this, I have 2 now, but the other spoon like this, the one that's scratched up, I hiked on the AT with that spoon. That was 2011. I've had that spoon a long time. All right, more questions. Let me see. I don't think I moved any. I missed any. Yeah. Yeah. Any more questions you guys can think of today? Because I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm starting to see a lot of rigs going through. Goodness, I'm just seeing a truck on the road up here. You can't. If I turn the camera around, you can't see it for the trees. But it's a pickup truck hauling a 5th wheel. Behind the 5th wheel, he has a cargo trailer. And I'm not sure, but he's towing something else behind that. How can you do that? How can you feel safe like that? I couldn't do that. Well, yeah. I mean, come on. A tracker will tow things, okay? You could tow with these. I wouldn't even tow, because I don't want to, right? I wouldn't even tow a little... I wouldn't even tow a little motorcycle pop-up trailer. I mean, I could. They work. And there's one, what is it? The Quick, Kwik, Quick something. That is a nice one. It's all fiberglass. And when you open it like this, the bed flips out. But you can still stand up in the fiberglass part of it, and so there's a place to stand up inside of it as well as have a double bed and the storage, and so you could use the bathroom and change clothes inside and have your bed inside this pop-up tent thing. But it's a real nice motorcycle trailer, and it's not horribly expensive. You could tow it with any small car, but I don't want to do that. Plus, then the urban camping would be off your list completely as far as being inside the vehicle. You would have to pay for campgrounds when you're in a place like this because you couldn't use it. And to move around in an urban situation like this, it would be a pain in the butt to be towing something. Thank you, TJ, for letting me know that you found it on the blog. I thought I got it out in other places, but yeah. And the things that anybody decides to get me off of the wish list, I have that set up so that goes to home. So so any of those things when I get there, which the way things are going, I got a hold of my friend Shane. He's on here sometimes. And if you're here, Shane, hi. Shane has asked me to go by and check on his property and stuff at here in Colorado when I leave the expo. So it'll be expo, finish up there, go check Shane's place. Then I've got 2 or 3 people asking me if I'll visit near them. I don't know yet. I have a couple of buddies that are down near Salida, Leadville. Okay, Leadville is north. Leadville, BV, Buena Vista, Salida, somebody else in Trinidad. I forgot where the other person is, but I got some people like that. Possibly I'll be visiting with some of those. Plus, I don't know what I'm going to get into when I get to Expo if there's, something going on afterwards. And it kind of turns into those things sometimes. But I am generally headed home to the cabin so that hopefully by the time I maneuver my way down there, they'll be done with the whole muddy monsoon season crap. And I have a couple of small projects that I'd like to do at home if I get to them. If I don't, they'll be there. And then, of course, I've got some stuff to do to the vehicle. Mojave knows I'll be doing getting the trailer hitches fixed probably first. Well, I'll have Stan go over the car with a fine-tooth comb again. Any problems? Do you see anything? Am I ready? I don't think I'm ready for front-end alignments. I don't think anything like that, but just double-check everything. And I'll have him recheck my brakes. I haven't needed them yet, but, eventually. I was told another 5,000 miles, maybe about 500 miles ago. So I'm probably good for a while. But I'll have the car checked first, and then as the next item, we'll go ahead and put we'll fix the trailer hitch situations. And I'll make some more decisions about my use of the back end as stage 1 and my use of the back end when I get ready for stage 2. Stage 2 most likely will be that aluminum framed platform that I want to put on. Stage 1 could be just using the cooler, the vintage cooler, to build a new kitchen, to then put some kind of hitch on that will hold that. And whether I have one made for me by Jason because he can and because he has that hinged part back at his place, I don't know. Or if I just change it to a 2-inch receiver and we figure it out later. I don't know the answer. I've got to kind of draw some of this up in my head too. Well, and okay, so washing the car today. Probably tomorrow I'll spend a little more time working on my presentation for the rig because I feel like I don't have that all together. But it's not that, it's just I'd like to have a little more prepared. I got thinking about it the other day. I could get those really cheap magnetic picture frames from Dollar Tree. And because my car's steel and not plastic, I could make little things that just magnet on the side of the car as my display for the expo. I don't know if that's dorky. I don't think it's dorky, but it would let people walk around and see. I'm thinking about doing this, and here's the little picture of it, and I could do these. I could make the little what's the word I want? I could make the little things at the library and print them, I believe, at the library or at like a UPS store, wherever I could get them printed in color, right? So that I could clip online pictures of this, that, and the other, right? And so they'd be like collage little things that tell what's happening or what's going to happen or what I'm hoping for. So I don't know. I've thought about that. I haven't decided completely if that's what I'm doing, but it would be one of the cheaper ways to do this, and they would be a little protected from weather in case we get rain again, and they would be protected from fingers and hands, and I wouldn't have to worry about flying off. So I'm thinking that's a good idea because they're like $1 a piece. How many would I need? 4, 5. 3. I don't know. Little more thought process got to go into that. Okay. Whew. What else could I talk about? Oh, I had one of those mornings when I woke up at 4:00 and had to go to the bathroom so bad. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this where I slept, being in the urban camping situation with this smaller rig. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I went ahead and did my best to get as quickly as I could to the gas station. And I had to change clothes. I mean, I was okay. It wasn't, it was only number one stuff. It was only, oh, gotta go pee. And yeah, it wasn't bad, but sometimes these things happen. And at least I didn't at least the bedding didn't get covered. So I don't know how to say that carefully, but so it's not like I have a huge laundry day thing to do, because last week I got all my laundry all taken care of and washed and everything. So so I only have that one set of clothes, and might even be able to take care of that while I'm washing the car. I can, okay, gallon Ziploc bags, little laundry soap, little water. Shake them, rub them, stick your hands in them. It doesn't hurt to get your hands cleaned off, Mush them around. It works. Okay, what do we got? I've been involved in a feral catch release and accidentally discovered the most awesome water. Whoops, I missed it. Oh, no. I want to see it. Nope. I wish it would let me stay up for me. Why would it let me see it? Oh. Yeah. I tried Go Girls, the pink ones, and whatever else. I tried those years ago when I was traveling. Yeah, they've improved them over the years, but honestly, they don't fit every one of us. And it makes a difference whether you shave or don't shave that area. And so I've never been super happy with them. I've done well with the pee cup. Okay. And I can actually stand up and pee with a pee cup. And most people don't even know what I'm doing. Just where I was sleeping last night was so close to a major road in this town. It was 5:00 this morning, 5:30 this morning when I woke up with that, I gotta go. And people were starting to move around. So, oh, thanks, Tracy. But I find a pee cup works really wonderful. And pee cups are for me. I used to use like the large plastic cups with a snap lid from like my favorites were from Circle K, which not everybody has a Circle K, but say like it would have been not a big gulp, but a larger cup from like a 7-Eleven or any gas station. And those cups are great, but I noticed that over time my grip hasn't been as good, and because they give a little bit, which was part of the nice part of it, they give a little bit, so I was having trouble holding the grip. Of course, now knowing that I've got MS, that's why, but I didn't know the why. So I switched to a cup that is insulated and has a handle on it, but is still a snap lid. And it's the same size as those cups were. So my opinion about this is, because of my grip, the handle has been wonderful. I had to learn again, just a little adjustment thing. but because it's the same size cup, it works lovely. And so I just keep washing this thing out, and my cup has stickers all over it because I don't want to advertise for an unhealthy Coca-Cola. But let's see. There we go. So that's what I'm using. Oh, there you go. Okay, now I've been able to see your message again, Janet. And yeah, the cat litter jugs do have a big hole in them and stuff like that. Some people I've known over the years use their pee cup and then they use a funnel to pour it in bottles so they could. I'm like, that is too much work. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. But I have this keep it simple, silly thing. That's too much work. And what if you spill it? I ain't going to do all of that. Cat litter does work good for you to do all your business in a bag. Don't ever use those stretchy trash bags. Those stretchy trash bags stretch because they got little tiny holes in them. And so they stink, they leak. Don't do that to yourself. I found that the Glad version of trash bags held up better than some of the other ones do. And of course, there are things you can buy online that are made for commode toilets for health reasons, like when people are getting old or they're sick or hospital use, things like that. There's just the pad that absorbs the liquid, so you can put commode bags. Are cheaper to buy them as bags without the liner in them. But if you got the money, buy the ones with the liner in them. It holds all kinds of stuff, and you can put them over a bucket, then use the bucket. The whole bag throws away easy. And it's what they use in the hospitals. And then you can buy poo powder, but I found the powder itself is just expensive. They're marketing it to campers now, but I mean, that stuff's expensive. We have to find cheaper ways. Clay litter is heavy to carry when you got to put it in the trash can, or you got to find a place to put the icky bag, right? But it works, and you can get it for 99 cents. It works. I found for cost-wise, ease of purchasing, ease of use, all that other stuff. For me, if I got to buy something or I'm in a really weird situation and I need something to absorb everything, I keep puppy pads around. Because I used to have IBS and that just worked. It sucks up a lot of liquid. And if you can afford them, I for a little while, I could afford, right. That's good, Brooke. Yes, those work too. If you could afford them, the black charcoal, I'm forgetting what brand it was. Maybe Glad brand puppy pads. First off, they're black. They hold 4 cups of liquid. I don't very often pee 4 cups of liquid. Those, they didn't smell. They didn't have the pheromone smell of the other ones. I really like those, but they're more expensive. But for a little while there, I found them cheap on Amazon and I tried them and I really liked them. There's also a pretty good brand. I don't remember right now what the brand name is. I ought to put these things on my Amazon store where when you guys buy them, I get some credits on Amazon or something. I should put them out there. But there are some Japanese trash bags and they come in lots of different sizes, including a commode chair liner size. And you could wrap up whatever you do for business and put them in those bags, and they didn't have any smell at all. And they weren't horribly expensive, but they were a Japanese trash bag. Is the I don't remember the name. I used, when I could afford them, I used those for a while. But you got to remember, part of something that's happened with my income, just to kind of give you guys, I realized that, remembered this myself recently. All that 2 years after COVID, that my food stamps, my EBT was increased to $225 a month. That was like giving me an extra $200 a month to maneuver my life. And I knew that there was a time when this was going away, that this wasn't a forever thing. And in my state, I double checked. Arizona has stopped giving people COVID EBT. New Mexico has not. I have a friend who asked me again, didn't you say you don't get that anymore? I don't understand. You make so much less money than I do. I was like, Arizona, at least Apache County. I have it from my therapist, as far as she knows, it's all of Arizona, that at least Apache County no longer receives national EBT for post-COVID. So we don't get it anymore. So even though I knew it was going to go away, when it went away, it was like, ouch, that hurts. I knew it was going to happen. I wasn't counting. I had an argument with somebody over this. They were insisting that because I was given the food stamps, the EBT amount for the COVID amount, that I just thought that I was entitled to get more. No, I knew it was always going to go away. I just didn't know when it was going to go away. And surprise, they didn't even give me 2 weeks notice for it to go away. They just said, it's gone now. See ya. And it was like, oh, I wish you had given me a month's notice. Okay, fine. I'll deal with it, But ouch, it's like losing $225 a month. And so during that time, I tried things. It was so nice to have an extra $200 a month. So of course, that's why I'm working harder on the channel, hoping to, increase my income enough. So just so y'all know, yeah, see, Florida did it too. New Mexico hasn't. Any of you who are hunting for a place to be a resident, New Mexico still is giving that out. Plus, they have that annual state park pass thing for residents, and residents who are disabled. I believe it's $100 a month for residents who are disabled to have a state park pass, which allows them to go stay in the state parks 14 days in any state park and then just move. And then, 14 days, move a little bit, different state park. And you can live in their state parks all year round. And if you want power and water, it costs you $4 a night. I don't know, people, but they've got a really good deal in New Mexico. So, yeah. Brian, hi, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad to see you today. And hugs and kisses back. I love you. I miss you. Yes, speaking of Brian, that reminds me, because Brian, one time, I'm telling on you, but one time he took a minivan and drove to Honduras. How cool is that? So when I told him, about how I'm really looking forward to Baja this winter, I am. And I don't know what I'm going to do down there. I'm not going to enter the Baja, or offland, I don't know what it's called, 4x4 race. No, that's not me. But I want to go down so bad. And part of why I'm renewing my passport, because I don't believe you have to have it for Baja, is because I know me enough to know that once I start doing this, I'm going to want to drive further. And I'd love to go over and see, Puerto Penasco and more mainland Mexico and stuff. I know I'm going to have a blast. I am. And I'm going to be able to eat more food down there because their food's not so bad. So, Beth, did I miss you coming in? Hi, thank you, Iris, for catching that. I'm paying attention to the comments better today. Oh, what other questions do we have? And I don't know. Right now, I'm so tired of this urban camping, and yet I'm fine. Just, mentally exhausted from, oh crap, I saw that. Oh man, that's so hard. I remember being like that, it's the mental things I went through while I was doing this, or that, oh, I remember that happening to me, that poor person, or, oh, look at that horrible camper that Why are they towing that camper? What is so important inside that thing that they feel like they have to do that? That's the way my mind works. And so that was a lot of, you know, head work. And then there was the whole, a cop went by again, and I know he sees me, and I feel bad that I'm in his town kind of doing these things, um, but you know, where is he, right? What does he need? Is he checking out everything I'm doing? And then you try to, or the lady in the parking lot, that's the night lady, she saw me again, and I was like, oh, I didn't hide good, or I had a movie running. And then I realized last night she waved at me. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm waving back because I'm not there in the morning, you know, and I'm trying to be respectful, but whatever. Bought the boxes of Commode Bounce, found it easier to go to a Walmart bag inside a 4-gallon bag. I used to use the 4-gallon scented, but I got a box of from Sam's, and that works. Okay, good. Um, I had trouble with the 4-gallon bags not fitting whatever seats I had because of the size bucket or the folding toilets that I chose, because I like a toilet seat. And of course, after finding out about my MS, now I know why I like the toilet seat. It's because of my balance feeling off. And I have found, I love my Instaprivy. Y'all know I have one, and they're a sponsor of mine. I need to do a little better work with that, but they're a sponsor of mine, and the Instaprivy backpack is on my spare tire on the back of my car 24/7. I don't think, did I learn whether I could do that? Oh no, it says share, save a highlight. No, I don't think I can do what I don't think I can do what I was wanting to. I wondered if I could stick a picture up there, but I bet you could do it on a computer, but on the phone, I don't know. Anyway, the backpack for the Instaprivies on the back of the car. And part of something that's hard for me with my balance issues that are my MS part is when I put the cover on my head and then I go to sit down, because of how it makes my eyes and my mental stuff feel, I'm nervous that I'm going to fall. So, and it's just like the motion of the thing in front of me. So I've had to be really close to the car where I can put my hand against the car. Well, you know, the cover. So the fabric of the cover is here, and I put my hand against the car, and then I put a hand on the toilet seat, and I have to make sure the bottom of the thing is off the toilet seat to sit down. So it feels like a lot of steps with my particular issue. And I love it. I'm looking forward to having a way that I can attach the top loop so it's not so dependent on my body because of my MS. So that's just my tip on that. You know, it's because of the balance and stuff. And then if it's hanging from the center loop, now it's not dependent on my instability. That's a good sentence, right? So for me to be able to use it better. I also have found the seat itself folds really flat, and the seat itself it folds wonderfully, and it's rated for either 250 or 300 pounds. But I find it says in the directions to make sure that it's snapped together properly and that it's on stable enough ground. Check it with your hands before you sit. I agree with him on that. It isn't, I love it. How do I say this? I wish it was just a little more stable. And I don't know how I could make it more stable. It's fine. I'm not having a problem with it. But I do believe anybody with more weight than me could have an issue. But the nice thing is that Paul and Shirley with Instaprivy, they will sell you separate pieces. So having the enclosure with a toilet seat that you're comfortable with is a great idea too. And I probably someday, it's expensive, but I probably someday will upgrade to the Thunderbox, which comes from Australia. But I love the Thunderbox. Oops. There we go. I rock. Sometimes I feel like I'm a dead weight rock. Now I'm joking. But 3.5 gallon bucket from a Menards. Home Depot has a 2 gallon. The seat only fits the 3.5. Yeah. Yeah, I used to in Vantucket. By the way, I found the pictures for Vantucket. I'm preparing the story of my Vantucket days for Blogspot, for my blog. And then after I get that blog post written, I'm still learning Canva, the program for the video. I'm still learning that. And I've got a new thumbnail design. Some of you who are now members, who have joined the membership part, have seen the thumbnail. I don't think I've let the other people see that yet. But I haven't quite figured out how to use the photos to tell the story as a video yet, but it's coming. So I'm going to do it as a Blogspot post first. So if you watch a Blogspot, you'll get the Vantucket story. But when I was in Vantucket, what was I telling you about? I was telling you about bathroom stuff. Oh, crap. I had all kinds of different bathroom things. I had porta potties, and then I had a porta potty that somehow, when I put the top on the bottom, I didn't get it snapped together right one time, and I had to pee like a racehorse, and I peed in it. It leaked right out all down the vinyl flooring inside my van. What a freaking mess that was. That was, and to clean pee off of, at least it was a vinyl floor. So I forgot why I was bringing up Vantucket, but back in Vantucket something. Okay. And I had a really good way to take a shower off the back of my of Vantucket. Vantucket was a G20 Chevy G20. So it had barn doors on the back that opened like that, right? And those hikers tarps from, oh crap, literally, yeah. Hikers tarps from Walmart, the Ozark Trails hiker tarps. They're 5x7, they're blue, that's all they come in. They've got grommets. They don't have as many grommets as they used to have, so get a grommet kit and add some to it for yourself if you have a van. I was able to use bungees and paracord and S-hooks. And you could put one across the back of the van, open doors, so that you protected your bed and whatever inside the van. And I left the opening at the corner. I went this way and across the door like this, right? And then you put another one, so now you have an opening on this side. You overlap and go across the front and across the side. So now you have an overlapped opening at the inside of that door and the outside of this door. And I used to use like carabiner clips. You get teeny weeny carabiner clips to clip the grommets together so it wouldn't blow open in the wind. And then you just had something to stand on the ground. And you could stand right there, take a shower, and then you could reach your clothes or step up into the back of the van to get dressed. It was great. And it would have been a better place to use the bathroom. Now, the Instaprivy thing would work good back there. But again, you would have to lift it up to get in and out of it because of the way that's made. But it's not a tent, so you're not having to stake the bottom of it down. You just have to find a way to... It's really great. It's sort of the Instaprivy cover thing. Is there a better word for that? Anyways, is very much like the hula hoop idea, but it folds, like these are those things for the front windows. It folds that way. So that's what makes it so easy to carry. And, it's very lightweight and everything. Oh, I had started to tell you about wanting to get the Thunderbox. Expensive. Metal with a particle board top, I believe. That's really well protected with marine epoxy stuff, but for you to sit on for the seat part. So the seat part stays warm or comfortable, and the but it's a metal box and it folds flat into a 1 inch. So slipping it in a place, uh, slipping it in somewhere to store it or travel with it should be easier because it's only 1 inch wide, and then it's metal, so you don't have to ever buy another one. And because I live off grid all the time, even at home, that would be useful. And you can use bags with it, or you can, dig a hole in a like a latrine situation or whatever. It's expensive, but it's a lifetime thing. You get done with it, your kids are going to have it. So healthy breakfast. Cooking or not cooking? Not cooking. This one happens to be instant coffee, iced coffee. So, because I don't want to make a fire today where people are in the parking lot and could be triggered by the fact that I'm trying to make a hot drink. So, instant coffee, powdered goat's milk today, stevia. Today's stevia, I'm switching one of my stevias. Okay, bye. I just switched again to Whole Earth stevia with monk fruit. Whoops, on the wrong side. Anyways, I got it at Walmart. You can get it at Sam's. At Safeway. But this is a no-cook healthy breakfast. So first off, I'll do this for hours, right? But then today I ate a can of olives. Okay, today. But a good healthy breakfast would be an avocado with 2 hard-boiled eggs, and throw away the whites on the eggs if you can. And you could buy that anywhere, and that's a no cooking thing. That would be really, really healthy, good for you. Okay, another healthy breakfast. I love making my little flaxseed tortilla wraps, and I can do them in a little. Okay, when I have, I had to get rid of the cast iron pan, even though I loved it. I One of the doctors I followed said that it would be better not to, with MS, have so much iron, and also to be more careful to not be using aluminum, which I already had been getting rid of the aluminum out of my life a while back. And so most of the things I have are either stainless steel or titanium. Anodized aluminum is okay, and ceramic coating is better than Teflon. It lasts a little better. It doesn't scrape off the same. But if you ever freeze your inexpensive ceramic pans, if you freeze them, like at my property when I left something outside and it froze, and then you put it on the heat, the 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 ceramic coating will separate from the pan. And yeah, so don't do that. But plan that if you're having I okay, that Google Assistant heard me. Um, okay, it's gone. So, more healthy breakfast. Let's see. So, flaxseed tortilla wraps, or I can make it thicker and make it like naan, like a bread. Um, or yeah, there's different ways I can. Flaxseed is really good for us. So, ground flaxseed. If you can grind it yourself, go for it. But when traveling, that's challenging. So, buying this is not an option. Everything I ever tried that was like somebody made a flaxseed cracker or something for sale, it's nasty. Plus, if it's not fresh, what's the point? So don't waste your money. Just trust me on this. It's not worth the money to buy expensive flaxseed crackers. Um, Salmon. I'm not a big fan of sardines, but if I can get smoked ones, I like them better. And I loved kippered herring. All of those things have gotten a little more expensive. My favorite salmon in cans is I can see it. The red can. It's about this big. Uh, I'm not doing tuna fish very much. Probably got tired of it, but also it's the least better for you. Um, the salmon, yeah. What's the brand? The red with the red. Um, Anyways, it's red sockeye salmon, and I can't think of the name of it right now. I can see the can, but I can't think of the name of it. It is one of my. Oh yeah, it's a go-to. So at least on Sundays, I try to have. I try to make salmon chowder with sweet potatoes, and if I can get the purple ones, I will do it. I try to get the lighter colored potatoes. But I make salmon chowder. So uh, goat's milk if I have it for Sunday. I try. Right now I'm doing goat's milk because I had some, and so it's what I'm doing, and I'm not reacting to it. I like coconut milk a lot. Coconut milk is probably healthier, probably helps keep my weight lower. But goat's milk is good for us too. So my salmon chowder, shallots, or if I have, like at the farmer's market a couple of weeks ago, I made a deal with the guy to buy, he had dehydrated Egyptian onions, and he had them in these pretty little glass jars, and I was like, I don't need the glass jar, but can I make a deal and go to my car and get a Ziploc bag, and can I buy the stuff out of the jar and you keep the jar? He goes, yeah, I never thought anybody would want that. And I was like, I'm traveling. I don't need the glass jar. And I appreciate you, but I don't need the glass jar. And if I could buy the Egyptian, so this time I've got Egyptian dried onions. I could use chives, but shallots if I'm buying them fresh. So sweet potato, the white ones first. Well, purple ones first, light colored ones second, red ones last, right? And then salmon, the red can. Why can't I think of the brand name? But anyways, it's red sockeye salmon. It's a short can. It's $5 at Walmart. But it once a week. That's what I do. I'm trying to think if there's anything. That's all I put in there. And I use hot sauce. I use Tabasco's Chipotle flavor because it's got a flavor, and it's a fermented hot sauce. So the peppers don't have the seeds and skins in them, and they've had time to break down so they don't bother my health. And so I use that as a flavoring in it to give me a little bit of a peppery bite, because I try to stay away from black pepper. There were thyroid issues in my family, not with me. But because of that, and because every time I have black pepper, I sneeze like crazy. And so probably I'm a little allergic. So I just, yeah. So I just don't do black pepper right now. It's not that I never do, okay, but I do sometimes. And so and salt. And I use a good quality sea salt or a pink Himalayan, and I try to get one with the iodine in it. Yes, I try to use iodine because we're not getting enough of that in our diets. And so I do. In spite of what people think, I think it's good for you. So I'm doing it. And the other way I can get iodine is when I do like kelp sprinkles and things like that. See, things from the ocean have that in it. My one of my preferred, yeah, it's not double Q. Why? I don't know why I can't think of this right now. I don't have one in the car because I bought cheap salmon. So another short can of salmon that's only $2, and it's the size of a tuna fish can, is a pink salmon, which is not my favorite, but it's only $2 a can, and it does not have the broth in it. That's what I'm trying to stay away from, because the broth, once I did enough research in tuna fish and salmon, the broth is boiled peas and carrots. No, peas and carrots. And I can't have peas. Peas have lectin in them. And no wonder I react to this. And even though it's a natural broth, it's not good for Lesa, so I can't do this. So I had learned a long time ago, stay away from the broth. Demings, that's it, Demings. That's it. So once a week, I try to do that because it's $5 a can for that. And that makes a good, and like I said, goat milk, if I'm near a farmer's market and they actually sell it, I'll buy enough to do that. Or I'll use coconut milk, and depending on the situation. Now that I know I can do the goat's milk and I'm okay with it, I've healed other things up enough to know that I'm safe with the goat's milk. I buy is it Meyer's powdered goat milk at Walmart. It's $11 a bag, but I carry it with me. And then I have, so that I can have that for Sundays if I want it, or sometimes when I want it. And then I also try to carry powdered coconut milk. My favorite brand of powdered coconut milk is actually Laird's original unsweetened coconut milk powder. And that coconut milk creamer, I said powder, coconut milk creamer. That one has all the MCT oils in it, as well as it has some ocean product. I forgot what it's called, so that it gives you more of the stuff that you get from. Thank you, all of you all who helped find out it was Demings salmon. I was like, I can't think of the name of this. Anyways, but the Laird's original unsweetened coconut creamer is my favorite. It has a seaweed thing in it, or it's not, it's not, I don't think it's an algae product, but I can't remember what's in that either. Y'all can look that up, but I love that. It's horribly expensive on Amazon. I had been getting it all while I had all those expensive, all while I had that extra EBT money. I was getting it at Safeway. And good, Janet. Yes, that's excellent. It works. Yes, most of us old timers have used that. It does work. Works really well. And those people who think they can do more than one business in a bag and leave it sitting there, it don't work so good in a closed car. So try to keep those things around. Now, when I can't get Laird's, which has been, I used to buy it at Safeway. Haven't seen it in miles and a couple of months. So I'm not going to buy it off Amazon because it costs too much. Can't remember what Laird's website's selling it for. I don't remember how much the price was. But on Amazon, I have an option, and that's Micro Ingredients brand coconut milk. Doesn't have the MCTs and doesn't have the algae product in it, which It still tastes good. It's $25 for, I think, a 2-pound pack. I bought that a number of times. It works. When I'm at the property, it fits the half-gallon mason jars real well. Because, the packaging, those Ziplocs, once you open them, they don't always close back up with powders. So it's another one I sometimes can have around. When I'm I also, for coconut milk, will use Azul in a can, coconut milk, because it only has guar gum. It doesn't have, what's the other gum? Xanthan gum. Xanthan gum bothers my stomach. When I did research on it, xanthan gum will gum up your insides. So I don't do Aquamin, that's it. Thanks, you looked that up, didn't you? Aquamin, yeah. But the xanthan gum gums up something, and I think it does for me. It does something to me, but the guar gum doesn't. And guar gum is a vegetable product. I forgot all the details, but if y'all look that up too, that's a thing. So the Azul coconut milk in a can, you could get at Dollar Tree. So we're talking $1.25. And because Dollar Tree, even when I'm traveling, I just have to make space for it. See, and I'm in this little tiny car, so I got to make space. But I have a habit of using like half a can a day or a can a day, depending on my mood. But that coconut milk, and some people can't use coconut milk, so I'm telling you, you do what's best for you. You do you. It's always that way, right? But the salmon fishers. But the coconut milk, being able to get it from Dollar Tree and being able with this thing, now you've been able to do it for a while from Dollar Tree, but being able to go online, order it, and they ship it to the store you want to pick it up from and go pick up a whole case of it. That's wonderful. That helps. And it's like, I think it's $15 a case. And those snack chips I was telling you about that I can eat too many of, but I love, are plantain chips. And they're okay to eat. They're a prebiotic that feeds your microbiome. Anyway, but you don't want to eat too many because you can get fat on these things. But fat. You can gain weight on these things. But whatever. You can also buy a case of those, but they're more money per case. I forgot. Maybe there's more bags in them than there. I think they're closer to $18. But it's still, what a blessing that I could buy things like that. Now, I've taken the bag of, on the healthy food side of things again. Let's go back to healthy meals. Those plantain chips, I have put those plantain chips in my little pot. So 1 snack bag size in my little pot with water. Poured in some dehydrated spinach. Yup, get that from Augustin Farms off of Walmart or Amazon. Either one's a reasonable price. They're usually around $17 a can. Can last forever. When you take them out of the can to travel in a small space, the spinach fits in a Ziploc gallon bag. So anyways, spinach, plantain chips, a jerky, or nutritional yeast and some hot sauce and a squirt of tahini. I'm just telling you, boil it and it makes this really good, yummy thing. Cabbage, anything. I sometimes carry dehydrated cabbage with me because I can make like an oriental flavored thing with cabbage that works really good. Cabbage is good for us. Broccoli is really good for us, but broccoli and cauliflower have become horribly expensive. I just found out expensive as a dehydrated product. So now that I don't have that big bigger food budget, I'm not buying dehydrated broccoli right now. I have at home an air dehydrator. I live in Arizona. It can happen. I will be able to dehydrate some of my own stuff when I'm home. I'm not going to carry it with me in the car because I'm not going to do that job while I'm driving around unless I need to. I don't know, but I am not planning to do that. So, um, all that being said, I was at Dollar Tree maybe yesterday, and I found these packages. I like the okay, at Walmart. I'm mixing this up a little. I like the Heart of Palm spaghetti. It's called spaghettini. No, palmini. I'm saying it wrong. I forgot. Palmetti. Anyway, city can is $3, but it's the shape of spaghetti, but it's hearts of palm, and I can use that with real Italian tomato paste because they've removed the seeds and the skin, and either ground turkey or nutritional yeast or sheep milk cheese, and I can have spaghetti now. Oh, and mushrooms. It got for me, got to put mushrooms in it, and I can have spaghetti now. And it doesn't bother me, and it doesn't give me IBS, as long as I'm being careful and I don't do it too much. Then I like to fish too, but I haven't done a lot of it recently, and so I've got my fishing pole with me. It's a little, it's a little full small thing. And because I forgot how to use the open reel, I went and bought a Zebco 33 so I don't have to think. Any of you that fish, it's just, throw it. Stick your thumb on the thing. Throw it. Yeah, they get tangled up, but, I was having a moment. And when I was at Dollar Tree the other day, they now have hearts of palm rice shape. It's just the shape. Rice, brown rice, and mash, like mashed potato kind of thing. So I bought one of each. Oh, you missed. I was gone for a second. I had this big, you're disconnected. Now I'm back. Okay, so I just bought those. I haven't tried them yet, but I'll let you know how they go because they're $1.25. And if they've got them in one Dollar Tree, then most likely they're available online by the case to be shipped to whatever store you would like, if that's possible. And so if that's the case, wouldn't that be nice for that price? Yeah, the fishing, it is another thing. Oh, and when I saw that guy, I don't know that I can remember his name, Waypoint Overland. When I saw his Instagram not long ago, I think he's only on Instagram, I'm not sure. But when I saw his thing, oh, good Lord, he's up salmon fishing. The fish are like crazy up in Alaska. The fish are like crazy together in the water. I'm like, that's incredible. Now I really want to go up there too. I don't know if my tracker will make it all the way to Alaska. I mean, there's no reason for it not to, but is there any stretch of road between Canada and Alaska where you're going to run out of gas and there's no gas station? I'll have to do some research before I decide whether I try that. That would be fun. Of course, the mosquitoes are bad up there, so I have to be really careful and make sure I have plenty of mosquito stuff. Anyways, that's another story, right? Okay, so did I give you some healthy meals? I think I did. I didn't give you many breakfast meals, but I really don't do that big a breakfast. I mean, my first meal of the day is usually pretty big. I'll eat this 1 liter little pot is really big enough meal for the average 2 people, right? But for me, I'll make this full and eat all of it. But I tend to do things with quite a little bit of liquid in them because I used to have problems getting dehydrated. And so, it makes sure that I get plenty of liquid in me. So if it's a soup thing or whatever. but I often do, first a black coffee when I can, and then I'll do a coffee with milk in it because I feel more full. Coconut milk's my favorite, but I'll do the goat's milk when I have it, now that I know I'm not allergic. And then, oh, I love ice fishing now. I've done that. Back home, good Lord. Yeah. Ain't nothing like ice fishing and a hot drink. But, so often I'm doing this a little more like people do the OMAP, which is 1 meal a day thing, or the, intermittent fasting kind of thing. I lost connection too. So I don't know what happened. There was a glitch for a second, but we're back. So, I kind of do the coffee thing for a while. And then when I get hungry, I just fix a big meal and I eat it. And then dinner's more of a snack than anything. And so that's often the way mine goes. And my breakfast meals are not the average. I did buy another. I haven't had pancakes in a while. So went ahead and bought the Paleo. I'm trying to remember the name of that pancake mix. Birch Benders Paleo Pancake Mix. And I made pancakes the other day and put walnuts in them. Walnuts are really, really good for us. And I do walnuts over the other nuts because, one, I don't want to gain too much weight. Two, I need the stuff that's in them, and I don't overeat the walnuts. Where, like the pistachios, I'm sitting there all day. I'm eating them all day long. I don't care. You can't make me not eat them all. Living on the road. Absolutely living on the road. Absolutely. I'm glad that I have the cabin because there's some piece of stability it gives me. And I know I can go back if I get too tired and I need the familiar, because I don't have a person that's familiar, right? Or I miss Aussie awful lately. I don't have a dog. I don't have that thing, but I know I can go home eventually. And I'm glad I can share it with other people. But I would so just choose the road. Except it's becoming harder and harder to do this in the United States. And traveling's in my blood. Whether I'm gypsy, yeah, there's French background in my blood. So, whether I'm really true gypsy somewhere, I don't know. Oh, I bet that was good. Macadamias are a true nut. They are really good for us. They have a good fat content. They are yummy. I have done well with macadamia nuts, but I'm aware that if you overeat nuts, you can, one, have a bathroom problem. They're good for you, but you can, end up in the bathroom a lot. You also can gain weight. So, let's let other people who need the weight eat more of those. But the walnuts, I can control how many I eat, where I can't with some of these others as much as I love them. I can't stop. So it's like, or maybe someday I would stop, but how many have I got to eat? How many gallons of them do I have to eat before I stop? So the walnuts, I can control my eating. So, and they just have stuff in them. Thank you, Joseph. Yes. See, I just don't. The more I'm around a town and I see cute little houses here, lovely, but I can't do that. I can't sit still. 3 months. It drives me freaking crazy. I can't. I don't want to do it. Why you got to make me, right? Why does why does the United States make us do this? And I do believe it's a little more the United States than anything else. And people just have got it in their heads. They can't change the idea. And it's like, we didn't have school before somebody decided, let's do this thing called factories. And then because they wanted everybody to work because they got rich, the guy who owned the factory, this is simplifying the whole thing. But then it was like, well, now we need to do something with your kids. Let's put the kids in school, but let's teach the kids in school that every time the bell rings, they do what we tell them to. Every time this is lunchtime, eat now. This is, you go visit your parents for a few hours. It was set up so that somebody else got rich, and we bought in. And now it's the mindset of the most. I'm sorry you lost your homestead. And I grew up in southern Maine. And so I'm very close to the New Hampshire thing. Every weekend we went to Concord, New Hampshire to church. 3-hour drive from where I grew up. And where I grew up was the woods, and it's not anymore. Now it's like upscale, and if I told you where I was from, you'd go, oh, you guys were rich. No, we were poor. Wasn't like that. We lived in a sheetrock trailer with a wood stove and pet squirrels and a collie. And I played out on the trolley tracks in the back. Yes, I understand that. See, I'm sorry you went through that. I didn't like wandering aimlessly as a homeless person when I was first in 2011, when I was first in Nantucket. I hated the first 2 years. I loved getting together with people and then helping these people learn how to maneuver until they just felt comfortable and graduated and went off. They were like, Lesa, I'm going to miss you, but I decided it's time to not be with you. Yay, wonderful. It was hard that last person was either 6 or 7 months before that last person went. But that person had a health challenge, and they finally found a town they were comfortable in. They were able to volunteer at a senior center, which helped them get connected with a senior center and a church, and they found their thing, and they went off and did that. So that was really great. I just, whether I have actual gypsy blood, being French Canadian background, right? And knowing there's a connection to France from my family. But I don't know if there's true gypsy, but it doesn't matter. I just have to move. I can't. Sitting still is painful. Oh, good Lord. But the kind of moving around I'm doing as this urban camping the last 2 weeks, this is not my thing either. I like smaller towns. I don't like the attitude of the people out here. These people have bought into this. This is how life is. So what are you doing? It doesn't fit. It doesn't. Well, I don't understand you. Even after COVID, you're not normal. I don't understand. And it's like, take a deep breath. We're all human. Take a deep breath, Come on. In the last week, I made coffee for 2 obviously homeless walking people. Like, they had backpacks full of really gross, dirty sleeping bags and things, right? And they're dirty and scuzzy, and they've been sleeping in the woods by the river. And when I saw them, instead of being afraid, I just said, I see you. And the one guy went, What do you mean? And I said, I see you. You're a human being. When's the last time you had a cup of coffee? I'm making coffee. I haven't had coffee in a month. Would you like a cup of coffee? Are you serious? You don't look like the kind of person who would talk to me. Why not? Why are we so mean? Just because you see online, okay, I'm on my soapbox. Just because you see online all these horror stories about everything doesn't mean it's everywhere and it's all true. There is more good in this world than we give people room for. There are more nice people in this world that we overlook. We forget they're there. It's time to start. I'm preaching, aren't I? It's time to start just saying, as somebody walks in front of you and you're getting out of the car, isn't it time to just say to the guy, "You're so cute"? I did that the other day. This guy and his girl walking past the car, and I went to get out and turned around, and oh, he was cute. So I just said it out loud. "You're so cute." And then I said, we just need to say that more to each other. And he was like, "Oh, that's so well. Thank you so much." And the girlfriend looked at me. I said, I don't mean nothing by it. It's just true. We need to be nicer to each other. Why not say it? Get over it, people. Get over you being so freaking afraid. The world is not as bad as somebody keeps telling us it is. Irish gypsy, there you go. Not a traveler, though. And that is fine. Nomad does not mean you live in a vehicle and you move and make your bed every single night. Believe me, that's annoying. People heard other words. You even look someone in traffic and they want to fight people. Let me tell you, those people, that San Diego idea you're talking about, it has moved along with it. And wherever those people have gone, they took it with them. And they're making it the new normal in other places. Don't let it happen. Change it. Just stop. Just see a little kid and say, "Mommy, I know I'm a stranger, but that kid's cute and I'm waving hi." I have to preface it now. Back when I was a kid, you just said, "Oh, you're cute," and walked on. And it was not a problem. I don't want their kid. Don't put that on me. I ain't interested. I had kids, okay? I still have adult kids. I don't have much contact. I have more right now with my son than I've had in a while, but, whatever. Life happens. I don't want your kids. But can I see how cute they are? Can I see how nice they just were? Can't I notice and say this in the world? Are you going to put me in jail because I'm nice? Well, if you are, then I'm staying mobile because I'm going to be me. No matter what. I don't care. I'm going to be me. And if it gets me killed, well, God knows what to do with that. Because my time, and as far as when it's time for me to go, because I will someday, it never has been up to me. Because back when I was younger, I tried it a couple of times, and it never was up to me. That's up to God, the powers that be, however you want to see that. But you know what? I have apologized my way through life. Because I learned real young that the only thing my mind could process from what happened to me when I was very young, the things that continually happened in my upbringing, the only thing my young mind could get from that was, the only thing I know that I did wrong, for real, was I breathed when I was born, and I'm sorry I breathed. So I've apologized my way through life. I've tried to be as small as I could be, which didn't work because I needed padding to protect myself. So I got fat, right? But I tried so hard to not take up any physical space in the world. My mind was forever, from the first time I saw The Invisible Man on TV. I was like, I was always trying to, why can't I crawl under a rock? I just want to crawl under a rock and not be noticed. Well, you know what? I don't have to do that anymore. I'm 64 freaking years old, okay? Yeah, I know I don't really look 64. I have color in my hair, but whatever. I'm 64 years old. I don't have to apologize my way through life anymore. Yeah, and I'll say it's your time of year. Happy, whatever. I don't keep Christmas, but whatever, And happy you day, because I don't really do birthdays or whatever. But you know what? I still love you. I'm still going to do. Hence why you're comfortable in my tracker. It's a small space. Yes, very much so, TJ. See, y'all are understanding me because I'm letting this out now. Yes, it is part of why that. It's also, I'm very much aware that coming back to the United States, I could not hike. It would not. I did some long distance hiking, and it's dangerous not on the hike. It's dangerous when you have to go to town to resupply. I've had people throw things at me out of pickup trucks because I had a backpack on, and I was a long distance hiker trash, right? Not just a homeless person out sleeping in the woods. I've got good gear. I mean, because I know that my shoes are like tires. Spend money on them, right? The backpack, spend money on it because it has to hold my house. My house, the whole thing. And it was like people were horrible to hikers. So, yeah. I don't know. I need to get off that. But yeah, these things have made me who I am, and I'm not gonna change. I've tried to be nice for this person and that person and accommodate all their things, and I will be as much accommodating as I can. I never want anybody to have to feel as alone and as challenged as I have been in my whole life. There's no reason for that. There's none. And yet, I know how it feels because it happened to me. And so, it happened around me, happened to me. Don't have to. There you go, Joseph. That's a good one. Yeah. So, I don't know. I hope I covered some stuff that was interesting. Oh, well, good Lord, it's 2 hours. And I was like, I have nothing to say this morning. What am I going to talk about? And here we go. So, if you got any last minute questions, I'll wait a few minutes. And then, because I'm going to have to go to the bathroom again. So, but if you got any last minute questions, a few uppercase Q's, help me notice it. And then I think I'll move on to go into the bathroom. And then I'm going to go wash my car. It's a little busier right now. It's Sunday afternoon. Well, what time is it? I haven't looked at the time. I don't know that I can pull that down. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, people are at church still. They're almost getting ready to get out of church. So I don't know. It's a little busy today out here. Nice day. Nice weather today. Not raining. No rain in the forecast for the week. I checked. I'm so excited to be able to get out with my friends out to the event grounds tomorrow. Man, my hair is so fuzzy. I did put it up I did rebraid it this morning, but I should have probably combed it better. That's really messy. So no more questions. It'll be different to move on. It's been good again. Maybe it was really good for me to remember these things that I've been through in the past and to, make a different kind of peace with some of this and to remind other people that I see that I've been there. I know what that feels like. I know what that one feels like. I know how that feels. Yeah. One of the guys that was obviously homeless, walking. Um, while we were having coffee, another gentleman who lives in his car came over and joined us. That was interesting, and I wasn't sure if something like that could happen. We talked for about 4 hours. It was a really good conversation, adult conversation, lots of things being said. And this one guy was like, I just can't be a part of that stuff that happens out here. It was the guy that was walking. And I was like, yeah, I understand. The other guy was like, I'm gonna make money off of making little tiny houses. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Um, and I was like, well, that wave may have been starting to pass. Um, I understand your excitement for finding this and wanting to do this, but would you please pay attention to who you want to sell it to before you build it? And maybe get on some website with a forum and take notes, because he's thinking about doing this build and doing that. Who are you going to sell it to, and who wants one now? And can they even afford it? Because people can't afford what they used to be able to afford. And the poor people out here, they're struggling. And like I told him, if you're trying to sell this one minivan idea he had, if you want to build that and you want to sell it to a woman that's older, on disability, or has retired, what you're talking about doing, I'm not sure she wants, and I'm not sure she knows how to use some of that. And can she even get in and out of the van? You need to pay attention to that before you put your energy into that. You may be really good at this thing, but you're doing it on purpose to sell it and sell it as a finished product. You might not be as successful as if you found somebody who wants the van and wants your help to build it to fit them and to fit their budget. That's a whole other story. But I get where, he may go off and do it, and he might be successful and might be fine. So, yep, I'm done. I'm going to have to go to the bathroom. So you all have a wonderful day. I am so grateful you all come here every Sunday. I don't care how many people we have. It's wonderful. I've got almost 5,000 subscribers. I do need to put some more videos out. Hopefully those of you who joined the membership part of YouTube, hopefully you got to see something that nobody else has seen this week. I put 2 things out. I think I put a 3rd thing that comes out this week sometime, because I've started to use the scheduling thing. See, I'm finally getting it pulled together. So don't forget, there's super thanks, super chats, all that kind of stuff if you're in the mood for those things. I have PayPal me. I have an Amazon wish list. I have an Amazon store. I will get to working on that. Just right now, I'm not. It's out there somewhere. And the links are out there somewhere. Blogspot, I'm going to start telling the stories as I'm working with the software to learn how to get these pictures changed into a video so that I can tell those stories. Then I can delete those files from Google and have more space and not have to pay for it, because I'm thrifty. Okay. And you all have a wonderful week. Next weekend will be Overland Expo. And so I don't know what you're going to see that day, but I have less classes, and I can't remember the class that I have on. I can't remember which class it is on Sunday. But to whoever asked me, how do you sign up for my class? You go on to Overland Expo, Mountain West 2022, and you sign up for the, wait, what, TJ? You sign up for the class there. Wait, what, TJ? And go see TJ's website and whatever. I noticed that my the yoga slacker couple Okay, so there are two Amazon things. There is an Amazon store with products I recommend. And then there is a SimplyLesa wish list. There you go. And my wish list right now, I think it has a sun hoodie. I know it has a winter coat. It probably even has a pair of shoes. And it has some things like and it has a thing like the little $10 fire extinguisher that I'd like to have for my car. It has the Slumberjack that I'd love to have that's $250 or something. So it has some expensive items, some little things, but they're things that, someday I'll probably try to get on my own. So now you understand. Okay, so you found both. Yay. So yes, I have a store. And if you go in through my store to make a purchase, once you get in my store, just like on other people's things, then it sets your stuff so that every time you buy something, unless you go to somebody else's store in between, then I get a couple of pennies or a couple of points toward a purchase because you went in through my store. I need to work on that some more because I used to use it a lot when on Blogspot, but I haven't. Love y'all. You getting kisses this week. Ciao. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. And I don't know if I change the time, I will make a post to let you know because it all depends on that class I got to teach. And because I'm only doing 3 classes and 1 a day, I'm trying to give people a better experience at the expo. Car dance when you can, when the car's sitting still. Ciao. Have a good week. Later.